looks on the faces of the people attending this year's AVAPM, it's been a bit different this year. What do you think has stood out?
There's a real vibrancy, Kay. We've got many more new members. We have also a lot of trade. So the people who support the industry, the providers, there wasn't enough room for everyone. So there's been even a queue to get in. But I think what stood out and what attracted people was the international speaker, Alison Lambert, because she's dynamic. So she's delivering messages about how, say, consumers interact with practices, that practices might not be aware of a problem, but she's able to deliver it in a way that's safe. It's probably the best word, meaning some of this stuff's quite confronting for practitioners or managers to think. One of the topics was like, how many phone calls does a practice miss? And some people might think, I don't miss any phone calls. We're well organised. And yet Alison's showing data that shows that the average practice misses, I think her stats are about 15 or 20% of calls, and our stats in Australia are around 10 or 10 plus. So that's a lot of business. But she was able to deliver it in a fun way, because you can see people going on the back foot, well, that's really awful, and I'm terrible. But she's actually able to engage with them so they can go to the next step, which is, well, how do you fix this?
We've spoken with Alison, and our listeners will be able to see and hear. Well, we've got a little bit of video as well, but this whole consumer thing seems to be grabbing people's attention. You had some other speakers on this topic.
Yeah, that's exactly right. We had Claire Madden, who's an expert in demographics. So she, does research into how these sections, like Gen X, for instance, will behave. And, one of the overwhelming things was that their behaviour is changing, so they're really doing a lot of screen interaction, which means maybe checking, getting word-of-mouth recommendations through a screen as opposed to talking to someone, and then expecting to have a seamless experience from online to offline. So if you're going to go to a vet, the online experience needs to reflect how good these people are offline, which often isn't the case. And I think for a lot of business owners and managers, the younger generation and their changing behaviour can be bewildering, but so that was good to set up their expectations. And then with people like Alison talking about how you can actually deal with these people effectively, it was terrific.
Fantastic. So there'll be a lot of changes happening in practices around the country come Monday or Tuesday. Overall, do you think people are optimistic about the future? I mean, there's even the corporatisation issue facing everyone.
Yeah, I think there's a great optimism here today, and I think most of the people that come to the conference are outwardly looking progressive business people. So they're aware that there are problems in business, which is normal, but then they'll be the ones that's looking for solutions. And there are, more mundane issues that we cover, like the award and how the AVA, for instance, deals with the award, but they're actually important issues. And then corporatisation is a big thing now. There's a lot of practices that are coming together in groups, in different types of groups. So one corporate doesn't look the same as another, but I think that provides opportunities for all groups. So if you're in independent practice and you have a corporate group opening up near you, or a clinic becomes a corporate, then there's a real opportunity for that independent to position themselves differently. And then equally, a lot of the independent practices, because all practices used to be independent, will sell to a corporate or become part of a corporate. So there's an opportunity for older vets to exit out of their business. So, look, at the end of the day, I think the corporates are providing value where it's required. So that's good. So at the end of the day, the pet owner at the end of the day is going to have more choice or be better off. And so I think there's a lot of opportunity.
Fantastic. Thank you very much. I'll let you get back to the next session.
Thank you, Kate. That's great. Good to see you. Thanks for coming.